Hey, folks. Hey, how's everybody doing this evening? Welcome in. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. We are going live. Uh, for everybody who's new to this channel, my name is Brian, aka Uncle B, and this is what we do on Thursday nights. We get together with a whole bunch of people from around the planet, and we talk about sexual health and all of that good stuff, information that you can use successfully. I've been coaching guys for the past going on 20 years now, and just got a lot of information. And today we're going to actually be going into the product itself, the myth, the legend itself. We're going to be talking about African fly and how to use African fly to help you out with your erections. And we have a lot of people, because I'm giving out this content. If you haven't been to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe, hit the like button, hit the notification bell so you can get this information. There are a lot of guys out there who aren't aware that what you need to do if something is going wrong. So we give a lot of that information out. So we'll make sure you get those videos. And like I said before, today we are going to be talking about African fly and how to use that correctly for yourself. To make everything all good. Shout out to Damon. Damon's math shop. Shout out to Decker. Hey, how's it going? Hey, anybody else in the room? Go ahead. Hop online. Hit the chat room. Hit the like button if you haven't done that already, so we can get the word out. It helps us get the word out. Hey, Shadrach, how's it going? So yeah. Today we're going to talk about African fly and how to use it to make sure you can improve your sexual function, your sexual performance. I'm going to break down what it is, how it works, and everything else. We've been doing this, like I said before, for 20 years. So got a lot of information. Want to hop into it. Hey, how's it going, Freddie? Big Buff, what's going on with you, sir? Richard, what's going on? Yeah, of course, we got to answer that question. Does it really work? Everybody always asks that question. What happens when you take it? And of course, what else does it do? Okay, yeah, I'll let you guys know about the discount. I'm going to have a discount code. Actually, let me just go ahead and give it to you now. AF15. If you want to hop over to AfricanFly.com and go ahead and order a bottle, I have no problem with that at all. I'm just going to go ahead and break down that information so you can use it correctly. Hey, what's going on, Tyrone? What's going on, BJ? All right, so what is African fly? So basically, we started African fly back in 1998. Actually, the whole story is this. My fiance at the time, she was from Liberia. We went over to a family party and there was a root in a bottle. And we were like, what's that? And it was like, oh, it's an aphrodisiac. And of course, we were like, oh, pour. And we drank it. And the next morning we woke up giving each other high fives in bed. It was like, yeah, it worked like that. Freddie, it is AF15. Yes. So, it's a product that, I've used it more than anybody on the planet, and still alive, still healthy, no dangers. But it is an all natural liquid aphrodisiac. It's made from 8 different herbs. It does include, your henbane, cinnamon, sarsaparilla, and with these herbs, you create a tincture, a liquid formula. With that liquid formula, you're able to get it into your system faster. It's better than taking a pill. A pill has to go through your stomach lining, out into your system. With this, it just goes straight into your bloodstream. So it actually works a lot faster. It doesn't work like Viagra. I'm going to break that down for you. Hey, what's going on, Angel, Andre, and William? Hey, Willie, there you go, Willie. Appreciate you guys. So what does it do? It increases your sex drive. It makes it easier to get aroused. I mean, we're talking about the entire sexual cycle. It helps you last as long as you want to. It helps you have stronger orgasms, and it helps you get back up faster. So it's the complete formula. It's a supplement, which means it's supposed to supplement other things you do. I always say this because, I don't want people to get into that, the magical pill society where people just say, you just take this pill, you don't do anything else, and it's going to be all good. That's not true. Shout out to John Blaze. Going on with you, sir. And so the reason why I do the videos, the reason why we have the books, you go on AfricanFly.com. We have the blog. We have all this information just for you so you can use it along with African Fly so you get the best results possible. BJN, I've used it, Uncle B, for a couple of months, and it's a great product. Hey, thank you. I really appreciate that. That's what we love to hear that. We love to hear that. It does increase the frequency and hardness of your erections, and it drives up your sexual stamina. It'll also increase your size over time. That's a very specific thing. We actually have a whole video about enlargement and the process that it takes time, but it's worth it, because the opposite is that as you get older, you can get smaller. So you just want to keep your size, get you your maximum size, and stay there for as long as you can. So yeah, there we go. So when and how to take it. Take African Fly. We recommend taking African Fly 2 to 3 times a day, depending on your level of sexual health. We talk about the sexual performance scale, a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, 1 being nothing's working at all, 10 being everything's working great. Most guys we're working with are between a 5 and a 7. That means that, you know, things are just unreliable. So you take an African Fly, take those servings. 1 serving is a teaspoon. You're taking that throughout the day, and you're increasing the blood flow, increasing your testosterone, you're increasing your possibility of getting better and better erections, especially over time. You can add it to water. It does have a very strong taste. It does have a very strong taste. And we do that because, you know, this is not Flintstones kids. These are not vitamins for children. And this is for, you know, we're looking for results, not for taste. Oh wow, we got a lot of testimonials here. I love it. Thank you, Angel. Thank you, LaQuintus Doss. Like that name. All right, cool. And how long it takes to work does once again depends on where you are on that sexual performance scale. If you're a 6 or a 7, you can, you know, just automatically start going up. On the sexual performance scale, you know, we're talking about the upward cycle and the downward cycle. The upward cycle is everything is going in the right direction. You're working out, you're taking, you know, you're doing all the things that you should be doing. If you're looking at the videos, you'll see some other tips on the things that you should be doing. The downward cycle, you're not doing the things you're supposed to be doing in terms of getting your sleep, getting the right foods in your system, meditating, all those different things that really help out. It does. When you're on a downward cycle, it takes a lot longer for African Fly to work. It's a real product, and it's dealing with a real body, namely yours. So, and here's one thing that's different from what we do than most other people do. Hey, Will of the Most High, good to see you again there, bro. Got your order. What does happen is, people have gotten into this mindset that I'm supposed to take something forever. I just talked to an aunt of mine. I'm actually upset that I heard this, but she said that it was that she was taking a pill for the past 20 years. I'm like, well, that means it doesn't work. You're supposed to get to a point where you no longer need to take the product. And that's the reason why we give out all this information. We're not concerned. I'm not concerned. My company is not concerned about just getting your money. We want you to be healthier. And so part of that is that, you know, you get to the point where you don't need African Fly anymore. We need to, you know, that's what we do. Humans have killed off species of animals and of plants just to get an erection. We're not going to do that. We're going to tell you how to use the product correctly so you don't have to use it for the rest of your life. I'm going to go ahead and hop and just answer questions. I'm going to get to everybody's questions as we toward the end of this, but I did want to get this one from Cliff Harris. I'm a type 2 diabetic and just ordered one. It does work for guys who have type 2 diabetes because your testosterone levels tend to be lower. And of course you need that circulation. So one of the early investors in my family actually had type 2 diabetes, and that's the reason why I invested, because it worked. All right, so let's talk about who it works for. Now, first of all, Ari, people want to ask that question. Does it really work? Yes. But, you know, just being honest here, we're dealing with billions of people across the planet, all types of situations. Not everything works for everybody. That's the reason why we have the 60-day money back guarantee. Just go ahead and order it. You take it. You can tell, over a period of time, and most people, it works in a short period of time. And that's the question. How long does it take to work? Well, once again, for on that performance scale, if you're an 8, 9, or 10, things are already working. You take African Fly, whew, you're straight. It's going to work within 30 minutes to an hour. If you are 6 to 7, it could take 1 to 2 days. I've had guys who were like, describe themselves as a 5, 6, or 7. They took it, and it was like, well, I took it in the afternoon, and I didn't feel anything until like that night, and everything was just working. Yep. So that's that difference. But it may take just a little bit longer if you're not already sexually healthy, but it will work for you. What if you have sexual issues? And really the question is, what kind? What kind of sexual issue are you? What kind of health issue do you have? And if you're on a lot of medications, then that's, first of all, we would say get off the medications first. You can look at some of the other videos where I talk about the healthy things you need to do. And you have to stay focused on getting off of the medication, because once you do that, you can take African Fly. You'll probably, the problem with medications, a lot of medications actually make ED and having erection issues, it makes it a problem. So you want to check your medications first. You want to get off your medications. Also, the question always comes up, does it work for women? Yep. It works very well for women. And one of the reasons for that is, as men, we have 10 times more testosterone than women. So our testosterone level is here. Women's testosterone level is here. We take it, goes up. They take it, it goes up a lot more. They're not used to that. So they become hornier. And also, we find out over the years that if you add that to red wine, it actually makes women even more aggressive. So that's something for, everyone's different, but that's something for you to check out. There's a question, Manderson, how do carbs affect use of African Fly? Doesn't. Well, let me say it doesn't. If you have a lot of sugar in your system, it will affect African Fly. You don't want to just be eating a bunch of bread, donuts, and then take African Fly. I think it's going to work. Sugar lowers your testosterone level. So you want to be careful with carbs and African Fly on that way. Does it matter what age you are? Not really. So here's the thing though. African Fly, I always say, is like a healthy testosterone salad. However, when you're dealing with younger people, you want to be very careful with them during their own development. So though it can help a person who's younger, we don't offer it to them. And the older you get, one thing about African Fly, I've learned from personal experience, when you're younger, you're at that 8, 9, and 10, you just take it, you're fine. As you get older, you may think about upping the dosage. And it's a combination of, your lifestyle has changed, age, et cetera, but you want to increase that dosage for it to work better for you. Can you take it with other supplements? Yes, but test. You want to test, you want to make sure, when you talk about supplements, there's thousands of supplements. So you want to make sure that your other supplements aren't causing ED. Edward Wigglesworth, vitamins and supplements cause ED. Some of them could. You get a supplement that's looking to do something specific. And it's like, we want to give you, let's say, energy. But it can give you energy, but it could also do things to your liver that causes issues because your liver's trying to clean out, like, what is all this extra supplement stuff, especially those pills. And so you can run into some problems with that. Can you take it with weed? Yeah. However, there's some caveats to that. Weed is, psychoactive. It'll make you think you're hornier, all this great stuff. Some people just love having sex with weed. Got it. Problem is, if you're smoking weed with a high level of THC, that is going to affect your erections. Actually, probably affect your sleep. You feel tired and hungry. And those things typically aren't great for having sex, especially if you're hungry for the munchies. So, you're not going to down a Snickers bar with, some Sprite and think you're going to get an erection after you just piled all that sugar on there, especially if you already have issues. Great question from Walter Jones. Size of the bottle. Vance, can you grab me out of the left cabinet right there? Should have a bottle sitting there toward the front. Just want to show it right quick. There we go. So it's a 4-ounce liquid tincture. So it's this size. And it comes with a dropper top tube. And you just do a double squeeze. It comes up about halfway. Really, a serving is 1 teaspoon. So if you take about 3 of these, you will get that teaspoon. If you want to take it directly into your mouth, boom. Put it under your tongue. The membranes under your tongue are thinner, so it will go into your system faster. Okay, hopefully that answered your questions. And taken with multivitamins, that is, I would say it's okay. But once again, multivitamins can be sort of suspect sometimes. They're like, I mean, think about it. How many vitamins are you going to pack into like one pill? That's always been weird to me, but I'm not going to go into that right now. Now, is there situations where you do not use African fly? Absolutely. If you are pregnant, no. And that really applies to most products. I don't know if it would actually cause any issues, but nobody's going to test that out. Just being honest with you. So obviously, no. If you are in medication soup, like I mentioned before, if you're taking a whole bunch of medications, get off the medications. That's the most important thing. Because most medications do cause issues with your erections. They're not looking to fix your erections unless you're taking something like Viagra. They're not looking to fix your erections. They're just looking to do something else. And so you may end up with some issues. And also, this is only supposed to make you feel better. If in any way, we have a very low return rate. It's like 1%. So most guys who are taking it, they love it. They have no problems with it. Excuse me. But, if you do run into an issue, stop. Send it back. We will give you that refund. We don't have a problem with that at all. We're only here to help you get better. So, Decca Randolph asked an interesting question. How can it reduce cholesterol? I'm not sure. It will dilate the blood vessels, make the blood vessels larger, and typically cholesterol, the kind that you're worried about, is sticking to the sides of those vessels. So to help blood flow better, but in terms of cholesterol, if you want to stop cholesterol, stop eating meat. It's really that simple. Increase the amount of plant fiber that goes into your system, and your cholesterol levels will go down. Will it lower hypertension? It's not designed to do that. Like I said, it does help dilate the blood vessels, so that helps a lot with your health. That's more for the blood flow to go into your system. Let me see. What about black maca? But not good if you have heart problems. Yeah, and this is the thing. The reason why African fly has 8 different ingredients. One of the ingredients is yohimbe. Yohimbe is a bark of a tree from Africa, and it's very powerful. The reason why we mix it with the other herbs is so it puts it into a balance. Just answer Blessed One's question right quick. AfricanFly.com. Go to AfricanFly.com to check out African Fly. Use code AF15 to get that 15% discount. And yeah. So when you're adding in other supplements, you have to be careful. This is supplements, and you have to think about this. These are plants that from the earth, they're supposed to be healthy for you. The thing you have to be concerned about if you're taking a whole bunch of supplements, adding in other herbs, is that there is combination issues. So you don't want to take something that's going to, make you feel jittery, and then take African fly, which was going to dilate your blood vessels. And so you have a whole bunch of blood going through. Then you feel flush, you're going to feel hot, something like that. So you have to be careful of the interactions. It is medicine. It's not like, the pills and everything that you get from your doctor. That type of medicine is actually completely different. We're talking about chemicals that are younger than you. when it comes to those medicines. When it comes to African fly itself, the plants have been on the earth before humans got on earth. I guess you would say. I don't know how long the plants have been here, but still, the point is, it's been around, it's been tested throughout the ages. These plants work. We just put them all together into a good combination that works. And just want to take a break, not a break, but just want to say right quick, if you haven't done so already, please go ahead and hit the like button right now. That really helps us out. It helps us get the word out, not only about African fly, but also about the other things we're talking about in terms of getting your health back together. Royale with cheese. My man. I like that name. Man, we're creative here. Okay, so Royale with cheese asks, is it different from testosterone replacement? Yes, very different from testosterone replacement. So testosterone replacement, depending on what method you're using, whether you're getting shots, you're getting a patch, you're drinking something. Basically, what they're doing is taking what's called exogenous testosterone and putting it to your body. So you take testosterone that's from outside of your body, putting it into your body. The problem with that is that your body already makes testosterone. And when you're adding more to it, it's like, well, okay, two things happen. One, I have to put the body back into homeostasis, back into balance. So it sees all this extra testosterone and it will actually start producing extra estrogen. And that's the reason why you see people who are testosterone replacement, they'll get testosterone, then it's told you have to get estrogen to balance it out. And now you need to go back to get more testosterone. What also happens with testosterone replacement therapy is that you have to take it for the rest of your life. It's hard to get off of it because you just told your body, like, hey, you don't have to produce it. We got it coming from somewhere else. And so the other thing that comes along with that is the possibility that you could become infertile. So that goes completely against what we're doing over here. So that's what I have to say about testosterone replacement therapy. Dubs, you mentioned Viagra. Can you take it with Viagra? Would not recommend doing that. I wouldn't recommend taking Viagra anyway. The reason for that, Viagra actually has, what it does is it kills a chemical that's in your penis that allows the blood flow to leave out. So now you have blood going into your penis just as it normally would. The reason why you get an erection is because it doesn't come back out. So you haven't solved the issue, which is blood flow and testosterone. The two major issues, blood flow and testosterone, and also nitric oxide. But when it comes to, because you haven't fixed it, you have to keep taking Viagra forever. And once again, that goes against what we do, which is saying, hey, take African fly to help you, but here's a path to get off of African fly. The medical system is not giving you a path to get off of it. They're saying, yeah, just keep on giving us your money. Decker Randolph, what if I took a detox system before I took African fly? Will it still be in my system while I'm detoxing or Xeroxing? Detoxing. Let's go with detoxing. What if I took a detox system before I took the African fly? Will it still be in my system? A detox system. So it sounds like when you say a detox system, you're saying some pills, some things that you're to clean you out. If you're, I don't know how to exactly, we would have to talk because I don't know what detox system you're referring to. So I couldn't answer that specifically, Decker there. Can it reverse ED? Lofton Mitchell. Can it reverse ED? If so, how long does it take? It depends on where you are in your journey. So once again, we talk about the sexual performance scale, the scale of 1 to 10, 10 being everything works, 1 being things don't work at all. If you are at a 5 or below, you have to do more stuff. If you actually have ED, where it's like nothing is moving at all, it hasn't done that for a while, you have to make life changes. African fly can't just fix that one thing. It can't fix ED. If you have ED, seriously, you're on a downward spiral. So you have to change what you eat, your sleep patterns, your exercise. You need to do some intermittent fasting or fasting period, and you need to also do soul, get rid of stress, and meditate. That's called the easiest system. And we're going to be putting out information about that system. Actually, we're going to be doing some videos. I've gone through the process of getting healthy, going through and doing all this research for you guys, and also just realizing, with my age, I need to make changes. I've made changes and made myself healthier, way healthier than I've been before. But now it's time to take it up a notch, and I need to get fitter. So I want to. We're going to be doing some videos. We're going to be showing you what I'm doing to get fit. I actually started working with a coach and just dropped a quick 5 pounds. Just by doing the things I'm supposed to do. So he's really pushing me in terms of the fit side of things. Red Cat 900, is it safe to take with blood pressure medication? The issue, you need to get off the blood pressure medication. If you take it with blood pressure medication, it's medication. So one of the things that African fly does do, as I mentioned earlier, it helps dilate the blood vessels, so more blood will go through, which is one of the issues with blood pressure. But typically, the other issue with blood pressure is that you're consuming meat, which clogs up your blood your blood vessels, and so blood is not going through. So they're giving you pills. The pills aren't really getting to the issue. Is what you're consuming that's causing you to have the high blood pressure. So when you're taking a pill with African fly, I'm not sure exactly what would happen because I'm not sure what medication you're taking. I just want to be honest with you. But yeah, I would say look to get off of that medication as soon as possible, because it'll, if you don't, it's medication. They design it for you to stay on it for a long time. So Walter Norris, thanks for the information. Hey, no problem. Let me hold up. I want to hop back in right quick, make sure I got everybody's questions. I really do appreciate it. Once again, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Please, become a member. Subscribe, hit the like button, get the notifications. All I'm trying to do is just give you as much truth as I get and translate it so you can make sure you use it yourself. James Boatman. It sounds like a boatman. Will it work for a 58-year-old with a testosterone level of 800? Woo! Hold up. I'm trying to say 800? All right. Yeah, of course. Not sure why you would need it, but yeah. I would say congratulations, first of all. Keep doing what you're doing and, go for 1,000, bro. So that's wonderful. That's wonderful. I am thirsty today. Decca Randolph, can you put a little in your salad? If that works for you, not a problem at all, bro. Not a problem at all. Let's see. I want to make sure I get all the questions here. And just to, for anybody who's hopped on a little bit later, trying to figure out exactly what African Fly is, 2 things. One, you can go to africanfly.com to get the full layout. We give as much information as possible. Very rarely will you find a site with this much information about one product. We're just very proud of the product. And number 2, African Fly is a liquid aphrodisiac. It is a tincture. All right, we're live. Hey folks, we're live. For those who are left on, hold on a second. Okay, hey folks. For everybody who has left, came back in, I am so sorry for that. Not sure why. We had that interruption. We actually had that last week. Give me 1 second. We're going to get set back up here so we can rock and roll. I can make sure I get everybody's questions in. Go ahead to the chat section and ask those questions. We're going to figure out what happened and make sure, someone in the chat section said this is conspiracy. And I'm almost starting to believe it. So hey to the guys who are here. Give me 1 second here to get everything set up. So sorry for the delays and the technology is great. Technology is great. But hey, if some folks who are back on here, Good. Let's see. I do want to answer those questions. Anil Prashad, if you snack, if you snack, have fruits. Okay. Uh, so yeah, yes. Once again, sorry guys for this not showing up. Actually, let me see. Let me refresh my screen. Looks like I'm a little bit lost here on my side. But yeah, today we were talking about African fly. For those who just tuned in, trying to figure out what happened. We're trying to figure out what happened. Things were going right until they stopped going right. They went left. So we are back up. We are back live. I'm so sorry for that piece right there. Anil Prashad, you need the IT on standby. Yeah. Yeah, normally I'm IT, but it didn't work like that. Elliot Prince, hey, good to see you again, brother. It's not your internet, it's something with YouTube. We'll figure it out. Early, never later. What did you eat every day, and how many times a day did you eat? I'm guessing you're asking about in terms of let me break it down for two answers. One, where I started was 3 years ago. I was eating about 200 animals a month. So though I had complete access to African fly, I was taking African fly. My sex life was not going in the right direction because I was eating the wrong stuff. So went from eating 200 animals a month to now I'm down to maybe two, if that. And usually it's like there's nothing left, or somebody made something special. Outside of that, that's the biggest change that came along. Now, and I went through a process. I went through a process of going to I was walked from eating mostly meat at every meal to cutting it down to, I was saying I was 80% vegan, 20% of the time I had meat, and this was just, so I could get myself acclimated. Then over a period of time, I switched that over to cutting down more of the meat and adding more fresh vegetables and everything like that. And now to the point where, I would say almost 90% fruits and vegetables, 80 to 90%, depending on the day, things like that. And the rest of the time I'm eating vegan food. So vegan food is now my cheat, if you will. And, for a lot of guys that seems sort of drastic, but, I had the pain, and I had the suffering. We did a video, we talked about, losing an erection while having sex. It's like, well, yeah, that happened because of all the bad things I was doing in terms of eating and other things with my lifestyle. So, yeah, that's a change I made here recently because I've already been plant-based. I threw in a different type of training that as I mentioned before, we'll be showing you guys live. Well, not live, but we'll be showing, what I'm doing, how the training is working. But, lost 5 pounds really quickly already. So it helps out. Ed Charles, do you think every must be vegan? Do I think everybody, every person? I mean, as far as vegan is concerned, the thing that people need to be aware of when you talk about vegan, you're talking about taking a plant and you're processing it, turning it into something else that resembles meat. And you have to think about it. Because since the 1960s with factory farming, all of a sudden we have all this meat all over the place within maybe a 30-mile radius. There are hundreds of restaurants, hundreds of food places. All of them have meat. That was impossible a good just 50, 60 years ago. So we've changed up completely. So everybody got used to meat, and now we're realizing that, oh, that's not really healthy for you. So to help people become more plant-based, they started making vegan food. The problem with the vegan food is you have to add a lot more stuff. It's heavily processed. It's not as great for you. So there's people who go on a vegan diet and have problems. I actually did that. There's some vegan foods that I can't eat. There's one called corn, Qorn. I don't know if it's made of corn. I don't know what it is, but at first I'm like, oh wow, this tastes good. It's healthy for you. Then it was like, nah, that's not as healthy. I was having other different issues. So there's that difference there. So I hope that answered that question for you there, Ed. Let's see, Royale with cheese. Wow, that's good. I just love that name. Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and answer to Anel Prashad. Feel like we need more testimonials. I'm always very skeptical of products like this. We have some testimonials in this chat. We have testimonials on the website. Go through some of the videos that I have. You can go through and you can see some testimonials there in the comment sections on YouTube. So we can't fake that stuff. And and it's been working for 20 years. So the only thing I can say, I mean, obviously, there are a lot of products out there. I will say this though, very few products have the owner of the company going live talking about the product or telling you how not to use the product. Because if you did the things that I talk about in the videos in terms of changing the diet, sleep, exercise, intermittent fasting, and your soul, taking care of yourself, you actually wouldn't need African Fly. So, but there are a lot of guys who, it's like that's the process in and of itself. Either way, my thing is for you to be healthy. Of course, we have that money back guarantee. If it doesn't work for you, unfortunately, you've lost time. That's the only thing I can say about that. But, hopefully you find whatever you decide to do, you get a good answer. Angel Ortiz is aliens causing internet connection. Yep, I'll go with that. Yeah, that's what it is. Corn is not organic or non-GMO. Orlando. Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks. Yeah. I don't know what it was. I just had to stop eating that. Someone did ask a question. Hopefully this sort of goes back to you, Royale with cheese. How long does a bottle last? So if you're taking a teaspoon of African Fly 3 times a day, it will last you about 2.5 weeks. Before, we were telling people that it could last a little bit longer, but we just measured it out. Just want to make sure, trying to be as honest with everything as possible. So it's about 2.5 weeks. Some guys don't necessarily need it. You can use it as needed basis. Some guys actually, if you're depending on your situation, you may want to say, oh, I know she's coming over, or I'm going to, our night is Saturday night, whatever. You start taking it by Wednesday. During the rest of the week, you're not taking it for different reasons. But, I always say, like I said, it's like a healthy salad. You can take as much of it as needed. So go for it. Does this product have mushrooms in it? No. I'm not sure why we would have mushrooms in it, but I know mushrooms do things for your brain, but no, we do not have mushrooms in it. Ty L, I'm on my 4th bottle, and this stuff is the best along with fasting. My man, thank you. Andre, something I love AFA. Appreciate you. Jerry is, hey, what's going on? Welcome in. So yeah, guys, all right, Derek Morgan has a good question. You mentioned about cutting down on meat consumption. Is it okay to substitute meat for fish? No. To be honest, absolutely not. And here's the reason, guys. I'm probably going to do a video soon just talking just about this subject, period. We are eating way too much meat. And when I say that, I'm being serious because we're now hitting, we now say we have this generation of kids won't live to be our age. And that's because, you think growing up, there were spaces where you didn't have meat at every meal. Now it's like a requirement, and the meat has gotten worse. They've looked to speed up the process. 70% of all cow comes from factory farming. 98 to 99% of everything else, chicken, not everything else, chicken, pigs, eggs, all come from factory farming. So when you have factory farming, you have to have antibiotics in it. They have to, because of the way they're handled, because of the amount of fecal matter that gets into the entire system, E. coli, all these different diseases. All that's just from the factory farming. If you start looking at what's in the ocean, when people say eating fish, that's like saying eating animal. There's thousands of animals. We just happen to eat 4. And when it comes to fish, it's even more. So, you're talking everything from calamari to salmon to shrimp, things that come into the ocean. They're alive. When you eat things that are We as humans can't eat things that are alive. We eat them, they're dead. We have energy, electrical positive energy. Something is killed, is dead, and the only thing dead stuff does is decay. Period. It's not up to anybody's opinion. If you saw something that was dead, it's dead. And if you consume it, your body is not going to be able to deal with it well. Can you survive on it? Look, if shit hit the fan, couldn't find any fruits and vegetables, and there was nothing but a cow there, I'm gonna kill that cow. Don't you worry about it. That's a dead cow because I want to survive. But in terms of living, in terms of having good erections, then you're going to run into some problems. Benjamin, I have dietary laws to keep it kosher. All right, sir. Appreciate that. All right, Aaron Ray, I'm definitely cutting back on eating animals. Yeah, that's a good idea. Appreciate that, bro. I have many health issues and have had some problems with erections, but more with ejaculating. Will this help? Yeah. It does help with ejaculation. I would also say you could take some zinc pills. Don't go overboard with it, but take some zinc. And of course, make sure you take care of those health issues. What's the earliest time we should take it before sex if you are in category 5 to 7? If you're a 5 to 7, you should be taking it on a regular basis to build yourself up. Everybody's body is different, so you want to be able to test yourself. Excuse me. So by doing that, you'll be able to figure out, exactly when, because and this is the thing, your testosterone levels are going to fluctuate constantly. Just during the day, you wake up, your testosterone builds while you're asleep. When you wake up, your testosterone is still building all the way until you eat something, then it stops. But just going throughout the entire day, your testosterone level goes down about a good 20%. So it just sort of really depends on where you are. Can it be mixed with protein shakes since I started working out again? Just did a video on protein shakes last week. Please check that one out. And the thing about protein shakes you have to be very cautious about is, well, it's two things. One, the main thing is the amount of sugar in it. I was like you. I was like, I'm gonna go to the gym. Let me go ahead and get these protein shakes, and there's like so much sugar in it. You got the protein bars with so much sugar in it. The sugar is going to lower your testosterone. Is going to lower your testosterone levels. And also with the protein shakes, you're getting so much protein in your system, you're causing other issues. So humans don't need that much protein. Think about it. Did your ancestors need protein shakes? No, protein shakes were designed for elite athletes doing a specific thing. They weren't going to the gym to work out. They were going to the gym so they could be in competition, to be on the top of their class and everything like that. It's a specific product for a specific goal. It's just been used to sell more stuff. I would recommend not using it. I take beet juice, not take it, but I just drink beet juice. It gives you a 20% increase in performance. Just 1 cup will do it. So unless you're competing, I would not recommend taking protein shakes. Please check out the video I did on that one, and you'll get a lot more information. Derek Morgan, I'm going to be cutting down all my meat. Yeah, bro, that's going to help. That's going to help. Does African fly have any side effects? Yes. African fly has 2 main side effects. The first being your hands and your feet will feel cooler. That's because the blood is being drawn to your erogenous zones. And if you take it late in the evening, it will keep you awake unless you are having sex or you're going to be working out. That's the reason why we say when you take it, you want to take it 3 times a day, morning, afternoon, early evening. Outside of that, you should not have any effects, any other side effects. Great question. Roots. Melanin plus. All right, my man. I like that. Yep. Yeah, Mike Barnholden. Yeah, see you there dropping some information on there. And that's another thing, guys. The one thing I like about this movement that we're doing, getting guys healthier, is that, one, I don't know all the answers. I'm not perfect. The only perfect people are dead because they ain't fucking up no more. So, but you know, I'm constantly learning, and I like learning from you guys. And I think more than anything, that's great is that when you're giving your you know, not only just testimonies about African Fly, that's wonderful, but just what you've gone through in life, you know, just making sure other guys understand, you know, you're not alone. It does, you know, we're all having a bunch of issues because we were born into a situation where the food wasn't made for us to thrive. It was made for them to make a profit. It's that simple. And Malcolm asked, should we cut out fish too? Just answered that a little while ago, but yes, cut out fish. A lot of the fish now have mercury in it, and it used to be alive. The only way you're eating it is dead, and if you're eating dead stuff, it's going to decay inside your body. It doesn't matter. The more plants you get into your life, the healthier you're going to be. That's just the way life works. Royale with cheese. Is it like a thermogenic? Will it make me hot? Actually, yeah, it's a stimulant. So it could. You know, when I say hot, it's not like, you know, you're going to start just fall out or something like that. But yeah, it's a stimulant. It's going to warm you. Mike Bar, are you vegan? If so, that's great to be on a plant-based for our health. Yeah. Plant-based is so much better. So many movies. I always recommend checking out Game Changers and What the Health. Check those out on Netflix, and they're great at explaining a lot of information that you need. Terrence Hampton, does it help with blood pressure? It doesn't help with blood pressure. It does dilate the blood vessels, so you get more blood going through. So in that way, yes, but if you're having blood pressure issues, typically that's because you're consuming copious amounts of meat, which is clogging up your system. Yep. I'm just checking through, see if you got any more questions, please hit me up. Just to let you guys know, for those who are not, who are new to this channel, this happens every Thursday evening at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have a new video coming out every Thursday morning at 10 a.m. I just come here on the evening time just to break down that video and answer your questions. How does it affect you if you consume marijuana? Where is that question? I didn't see that. Okay, there we go. All right. How does it affect you if you consume marijuana? I mean, if I mentioned this before, if you have marijuana with a high level of THC, it does have negative effects on your sex life. So you want to have that CBD THC balance. So, you know, if you're taking it with African Fly, if the psychoactive effect of the marijuana made you horny, this is going to allow you to physically carry that out. So, but yeah, you can be in a situation you're thinking everything is, you know, fine. You smoke the weed and then it's not fine. That's the reason why it has so many different strains and different names. And so, you know, there's some weed that, you know, is not designed for you to be better. There's Green Love Potion. If you could check that out. Let me stop. I'm not giving out free advertisement to weed companies. That's not a good idea. Yep. Can you consume alcohol or will it counter the product? All right, a couple of things about alcohol. Alcohol is a poison that just happens to make us feel woozy. But it is a poison. If you're taking it with African Fly, you're taking something that's going to lower your testosterone levels while taking something that's going to increase your testosterone levels. It's not going to work out positively. Even though African Fly is strained with alcohol, you know, you're only a teaspoon, so it's not, you know, going to affect you in that way, make you in any way drunk or anything like that. In fact, you know, a question is, can you overdose on African Fly? I've tried. I drank a bottle. It just pissed it out. You know, it was just a waste of money. So, yep. Let's see. Yeah, BJN, you said to put the African Fly under your tongue, but can you mix it with an ounce of water and shoot it back or is it best to put it on your tongue? Because yes, it is strong tasting. Yes, it is. Yeah, you can put it in water. Yeah, as long as it gets into your system, you'll be fine. We often call African flies actually a liquid tea concentrate. And so, you can put it with some hot water. Just don't add sugar and drink that. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Okay, okay. Yeah, guys, this is great. This is great. I really appreciate everyone on here. Do want to wrap things up. Do want to apologize for earlier. We did have some IT issues. We're going to figure out what happened. This is actually the second time it happened. We were not expecting it to happen this time, but now we know. If you have any last questions, go ahead and hit me up. Otherwise, we're about to sign off. I really do appreciate every one of you coming on. Thanks for joining us in this movement to make guys healthier, get the knowledge out there. Please share this. Whether you want to share the channel, share a video, share the knowledge, really. There are a lot of guys out there who are suffering. And when I say guys, I'm talking about I got 18-year-olds I'm talking to, and it's heartbreaking. So, and some guys who, going through depression, going through, I may lose my wife, blah, 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 things like that. Fred Harris, how can I order? Go to africanfly.com. Please use, thanks, Anil. Anil, I hope I'm saying that right. Mr. Prashad. I hope I'm saying that right. AF15. Use the code AF15 to take 15% off of that. Does it have benefits to the immune system? Yeah. Because you're increasing your testosterone, because you're increasing your blood flow, it also helps with producing more nitric oxide. And all of those things are very healthy for you. Okay. Yeah, that 15% will work next week. That's there for you, sir. Royale with cheese. I just like saying that, man. What about zinc? Yeah, please take zinc. Be careful with the zinc pills. Don't overdo it. But zinc does help with the formation of sperm and also just helps with erections also. Can we continue to use AF and never stop? I have. And doing fine. So yeah, the thing about natural products and actually just getting healthier, period, is that it's shocking. It's actually sort of surprising. So when I went through that whole process of when I was eating 200 animals a month, some months it was probably 300 animals. I had all types of issues. I didn't like getting out of bed in the morning because I didn't know whether or not my feet would hurt. If I stood up, I didn't know whether or not my knees would work properly without any pain. I was going to the bathroom, that whole BPH thing, where you go to the bathroom and nothing comes out, you just awake, all those different issues. When you start getting healthier, they disappear in ways that you're not expecting. It actually took me a while to realize that I wasn't having any more dandruff. It wasn't like, your body like, hey, you're not going to have any dandruff today. It just stopped having dandruff. Stop having the feet pain, stop having the knee pain, stop having all these different issues. So the great thing about just getting healthy is that things that you're not expecting, things that you probably got used to, thought that it was just age, don't affect you like it did. So yeah. You can continuously use African Fly. You can continuously be healthy, and you're just going to get all of the great stuff. So, hey guys, I do appreciate every one of you. We're about to sign out now. Thanks so much. If you haven't, go ahead and subscribe, hit the like button, all that good stuff. Please make sure to check out the next video at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be a good one. We try to make them all good, and I'll see you next Thursday evening. Appreciate every one of y'all. Have a good evening. Uncle B saying, get your game up. Peace out.